Let's talk about what this offense, the Cardinals offense does, what they do well, all those different things, whatever else, but it's not good. But they're you really have to look at their offense two ways, right? Before Kyler and after Kyler, because Kyler's been there for 4 weeks now, still not great, but better, more effective. You got two of their wins. They only had one win without him, right? So 26 in points, 25th in yards is out of 32, 10th in turnovers, 10th in interceptions. So that's good for them. 23rd first downs, 30th passing yards, 27th passing touchdowns, 18th rush attempts, 9th rushing yards, 9th rushing touchdowns, third. This is what they hang their hat on, ladies and gentlemen. Third in yards per rush, 4.7. They get a lot of yards. Mobile quarterbacks, Josh Dobbs, now Kyler Murray, strong running game. 32nd, fourth downs. Yikes. So they can't run the ball effectively. They did not against us in week 4. So can they, establish all that? Whatever else, we'll see. But James Conner's pretty damn good. He's put together a pretty damn good year. We look at just what he's been able to accomplish. He's played in 9 games. He hasn't even played all the games. He's got 631 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. That's really damn good. That's really good. Like on pace to be 1,000-yard rusher for sure. We'll see how this week goes. Now, they just added Michael Carter, who's been there for 2 weeks. He's played fairly well in some mop-up duty, but they've got a lot of guys. Amari DeMarcado, he's back healthy. He's played well. He's averaging, 4 yards per carry. They've got running backs. They do, and they're good. And with Kyler Murray, you've got to kind of stick home, and you've got to be able to play your way, which I think is huge. Colin, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, McBride, their rookie, when we played them in week 4, Ertz was getting all the work. They've gone with the youth movement, and McBride's awesome. He's a damn good player. The 49ers have struggled against tight ends. That's huge. Marquise Brown, still hella fast. He's quick. Rondale Moore, quick. Best offensive lineman they have is Will Hernandez, which isn't that great. Outside of that, all 4 of their offensive linemen aren't good. DJ Humphries, bad. We talked about him earlier. Now, whenever you look at kind of the tendencies of Kyler Murray, he loves the middle of the field, man. That dude just throws the ball over the middle of the field. He's had 150 pass attempts since he's been back. And since he's been back, 71 of those have been between the numbers. The dude just attacks the middle of the field. Now, listen to, and I love this, man, Steve Wilkes, whenever he does a press conference, just listen. He's the best there is. This was his opening 20-second monologue to kind of get started with the presser. And this kind of sums up the Cardinals offense and what they try to do collectively.
Rondale Hollywood can take the top off at any time. They're doing a little bit more with Rondale, putting him in the backfield. He's running the football well. And the offensive line is doing a great job protecting. So I've told the guys all week, we're going to have to go earn this one. It's going to be definitely a tough game. And I know we're going to be up for the challenge. So with that, I'll take your questions.
I freaking love it, man. And, the question was asked for Kyler Murray. Again, he throws the ball over the middle of the field all the time. Well, who are defenders in the middle of the field? It's not usually Drake Greenlaw. Sometimes he does a hook to curl drop whenever Fred and him split 5 and 7 outside of their, linebacker stance where they start. But usually Fred's in the middle of the field, vertical, right? Especially when we're doing Tampa 2, all those different drops. Fred Warner takes the middle of the field. Drake Greenlaw goes to the flat side, usually wherever the backer flares out to. And Jair Brown. Those are your 2 guys in the middle. That's the highlighted matchup. Kyler throwing over the middle against Fred Warner and Jair Brown. That's what you got to see. Now, the question was to Steve Wilkes, how do you stop Kyler Murray?
It's a combination of a lot of things. Number one, we got to be sound in our defensive responsibilities for his own read, not allowing him to be able to get outside the pocket because he's definitely going to pull it. And then also his ability to be able to scramble and go make a big play. I think it's a little different than Jalen, than what we faced a couple of weeks ago, but it's still the same premise that we got to make sure that we contain him And once again, I think he's doing an excellent job going through his progression, trying to stay in the pocket, going through his different reads and putting the ball where it needs to go.
Yeah. And so here's the thing with how you stop quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts or Kyler Murray, because they're similar, but they're totally different. The offense is similar, but they're really different. You have to stop your every single play, especially in the linebackers, the back seven, right? Outside the front four does too, but whatever. Back seven, this is huge. You have a run read and then you have a pass read. You have a run responsibility and you have a pass responsibility. So at the snap of the ball, this is the whole RPO zone read. Looks the same to the back seven, linebackers and secondary. Okay. Snap the ball, boom. You turn. Kyler keeps his eyes downfield. This is the RPO. You're reading 1 to 2 players, and you read different players at different times based on what you want to take advantage of. Usually it's an outside linebacker or safety or a nickel back. And so everybody gets a run read. You have to plug your run read right off the bat. That's not a hesitation thing. Everybody plugs their run responsibility. Then you see the pull, and now you have to get to your pass responsibility. This was a major problem for the rookie Jair Brown versus the Eagles. In fact, he was absolutely horrible at it. Here's what I mean by that. He had 4 blown coverages, which all could have went to touchdowns. None of them resulted in touchdowns. In fact, nobody even targeted one of his players because Jalen Hurts was so bad that game. He was so occupied with what was happening around him, he never looked downfield. Kyler, a little bit different. Kyler does not have the same tendencies as Jalen Hurts in the fact that he drops his eyes all the time. That's not what he does. And Kyler will buy time with his legs much more so than Jalen Hurts will. So, yeah, they're mobile quarterbacks. Yeah, they run RPOs. Yeah, they run zone reads. Not the same. It's not the same. So, this is one of the things that is key for me is Jair Brown. If you could say, hey, name 1 or 2 defenders that have a good game, Jair Brown's number 1 on my list. Coming off probably his best game as a pro. It's only been 2.5 games that he started. This game, I'm worried. I think he could answer the call, but don't allow the run reads, the play action, the play pass, the RPOs to make you miss your pass responsibilities. Don't let them dump it over top. That's where I'm just like, whew, got to be careful there. Got to be careful there. So we'll see how that goes. But Jair Brown, key matchup. Fred Warner's going to be Fred. He's always Fred. And when Kyler does run, I want to see freaking Dre Greenlaw out there. You got to punish that dude. Don't try to hurt him. But, whenever we played the Eagles, it was hilarious because Jalen Hurts never ran the ball. He never pulled it, never ran the ball at all until Dre Greenlaw got kicked out. Next 2 plays were quarterback keeps. Next 2 plays. Teams are terrified of what Dre Greenlaw will do to their quarterback. So we'll see. Right here, Colin says, do you think the NFL is scared of Purdy making their belief in the draft is wrong? I mean, if Tom Brady didn't do that, Purdy might be, strike 2 on that one because he's so damn good. And the Niners got lucky. Everybody gives the Patriots and Bill Belichick credit for getting Tom Brady, and rightfully so. Tom Brady went where he was supposed to go as far as what everybody else thought. So, yeah, the Patriots like Tom Brady. They still didn't take him till pick 199. They passed over him several rounds. Same thing with the 49ers and Brock Purdy. Yeah, we liked him. He wasn't even our first 7th round pick. And so, I like teams that swing, take chances. I really, especially at the quarterback position. And, with what's happening, jumping forward, Colin, I'll say this. I want to draft a quarterback next year. I do. Not early, probably not even top 3 rounds, but I wouldn't be mad if they spend a 3rd round pick, one of those 3rd round comp picks on a quarterback. Wouldn't be mad at all. You swing all the freaking time for a quarterback. Because right now we're paying Sam Darnold. That's a 1-year deal. Sam Darnold's gone. Maybe Brandon Allen, you keep him, but you draft another quarterback and you keep drafting quarterbacks. I don't care. Just back end picks. 3rd round comp pick would be the earliest, but yeah, you keep swinging. You just keep swinging. I believe in that.
the 49ers Rush Podcast.